Karen Debs here, Flexible Warrior Yoga, Health and Wellness. Today's segment is about 30 minutes and we're going to be working on gratitude and feeling grounded as well. So grateful and grounded. We will be incorporating both root chakra, which is the home of feeling stable, safe, and grounded. Okay, perfect. That's at the base of your tailbone. And then also heart chakra, so heart openers, and the heart chakra is home of love and compassion. And as I always say, you must start with self. So that's why you're here, right? So show up for yourself. Practicing from home I know is challenging, so really carve out this next little while, block out distractions, show up for yourself as if you were in a class, okay? So really put everything that you can into your practice today. And as always, honor, protect, and listen to your body. Anytime you need to modify anything that doesn't feel good for you, then take a time out and do a different pose or a different version of the pose to make it work for your body. Okay, starting with easy seated pose, so just crossing the legs. As always, you can grab some pillows from your couch and scooch them underneath your sitting bones if you like. Rest your hands down onto your knees. This is one of the most grounding poses as well. So we're going to be practicing a little breathing technique to start and just getting mindful and shifting our energy into a place of gratitude. So letting your hands rest down onto your knees, which is also sending a message of feeling grounded through your central nervous system. So hands resting down. Mindful of your posture. So the chakra system is the energy centers along the spine. We're not going to get into a lot of detail in that today, but just know that as you align your posture and you stack your vertebra and you open your heart, you're going to feel more alignment in your mind and your body and your physical body as well. Go ahead and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. So fill your body as much as you can with a full, deep, cleansing inhalation. And as you exhale, really land on your mat. And again, try to be right here, right now, rather than allowing your mind to drift to the future or into the past. Try to just maintain your presence right here, right now. And we're going to start with a reading about gratitude. So it goes like this. Gratitude turns negative energy into positive energy. There is no situation or circumstance so small or large that is not susceptible to gratitude's power. We can start with who we are and what we have today, apply gratitude, and let it work its magic. Say thank you until you mean it. If you say it long enough, you will believe it. So the mantra is, today I will shine the transforming light of gratitude into all circumstances of my life. So the idea is be grateful for what you already have, all right? A lot of times our energy just focuses on what we don't have or what's wrong in the world. So let's try to focus our energy on what is good and what is right here, right now. Okay, perfect. So from here, let's go ahead and transition right to child's pose. Again, just make sure that you modify as you need to. Just let your hips settle back onto your heels. Forehead rests down. Take a deep breath into the back of your body as you allow your forehead to drop to your mat. And just pause for a second. And then on your inhale, shift your weight forward, spread your fingertips out wide so you're creating a strong base of support with your hands, and then lift your hips up to the sky in downward facing dog. Again, a very grounding pose. So just let your head align with your arms, your ears are in line with your arms, and you can pedal your heels out right and left. So go ahead and bend your left knee, drop your right heel, feeling your right heel ground, and then your left heel drops down as your right knee bends. Continue to pedal right and left. Bring awareness onto your hands so you're really feeling grounded and stable through the hands and the feet. Let's do one more pedal right and one more pedal left. Good. And just let both heels drop to the mat as you lift your tailbone up to the sky. I want you to take 3 deep breaths in your downward dog. Close your eyes if you can and just bring awareness to gratitude. Feeling grateful for your hands and your feet and your physical body. Feeling grateful for your surroundings, whatever it is that you're wanting to send gratitude to. On your next inhale, go ahead and walk your hands backwards towards your feet, backwards. So separate your feet a little wider than your hips apart, grab onto opposite elbows and sway from right to left in ragdoll. So ragdoll is, again, a really grounding pose. You can stretch out your hamstrings, let the weight of your head hang really heavy, and just sway from right to left, feeling the release through the low back of the hamstrings. And then releasing the fingertips down to touch the mat. I want you to just turn your toes out and your heels in and drop your tailbone down between your knees. Okay, this is a prayer squat position. I love this stretch. I could do this every day, multiple times a day. It just feels so good through the hips and the low back. And again, it's a very grounding pose. Press your palms together. You can press your knees, press your elbows into your knees a little bit to open them out. And if your heels aren't touching the mat, feel free to prop some pillows or whatever underneath your heels so you feel a little bit more stable in this pose. And then go ahead and drop your fingertips to touch your forehead and take 3 very deep breaths in prayer squat. Sending that breath deep into your low back, wide into your rib cage, and really deep into your lungs. One more very deep breath in, feeling grounded, safe, and stable. And then fingertips are going to touch the floor. Your hips are going to lift up to the ceiling. You can toe heel your feet together so your ankles and big toes are side by side. Slide your hands to your shins. Pull the belly button in. Open your heart forward. So you're drawing the chest forward, lengthening back through the tailbone. Take a deep, deep breath in and out through your nose. And then exhale, come into forward fold, chin to chest, nose to knees. Walk your hands out to the top of your mat so you're in plank pose, right at the top of your push-up. Engage through the core. Now, even here, I want you to think about opening the heart, squeezing in and up through the belly, and lengthening back through your tailbone. Take a deep breath in, and then bend your elbows and lower all the way down to your mat. On an inhale, open up to cobra pose here. So this is a great and easy heart opener. Make sure the shoulders are down from the ears, the elbows are hugging in. And then just a gentle twist to the spine as you look over your right shoulder. Get that good rotation through the spine. Come back through center, look over your left shoulder, very gentle. And then come back to center, take an inhale, and release back down. And we're gonna repeat that first segment and add on a little bit. So settle back to child's pose again, hips to heels, forehead down to the mat. And an affirmation for root chakra that I'll read to you while you rest in child's pose. May I find the inner strength to nurture my mind, body, and spirit, knowing that these are my most precious assets. May I be grounded and grateful for the gifts of love and life, trusting my inner wisdom. So just take a moment to contemplate that, taking one more nice deep breath in. Shift your weight forward. Let's come into downward facing dog a second time. Lift the tailbone up to the sky, spread the fingertips out wide. Feel free to move and pedal a little bit, dropping the heels, bending the knees from right to left, spreading the fingers out wide, feeling grounded through the hands, the fingertips, the knuckles, and the palms. One more pedal right and left. You're going to walk your hands backwards towards your feet. Separate your feet a little wider apart so the pinky toes are wide to the outside edge of the mat. Ragdoll, grab onto opposite elbows, and again, sway from right to left. Letting the weight of the head go, letting the torso hang heavy out over the legs, and feeling loose and relaxed in the upper body, but stable and grounded through the lower body. Find stillness then in this sector. And then releasing the fingertips down to the mat. One more time for prayer squat. Turn the toes out and the heels in. Drop your tailbone down. You can rock a little bit from right to left if you like. Press the palms together. Elbows can press into the insides of the knees to gently open the knees out. And then centering yourself by dropping the forehead towards the fingertips. Take 3 very deep breaths in your prayer squat. Again, feeling a sense of inner peace, calm, and groundedness. One more very deep breath in. And then fingertips are going to touch the mat. Hips are going to lift up to the sky. Toe heel your feet together so the ankles and the big toes are together side by side. Slide your hands to your shins, halfway lift. So you lengthen out through your tailbone, open forward through your heart, and feel a straight line of energy from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Belly is in and up. And then exhale, round your spine, fold yourself in half here. Again, if your hamstrings are tight, just bend your knees a little bit more. And then coming all the way up to standing, reverse swan dive, we're going to press through the feet and reach all the way out and up to the sky. Take a big breath in. And then find yourself in mountain pose, which is just basically good posture, standing tall. So just feel alignment from the ears, the shoulders, the hips, the heels. You can rock a little bit from the toes to the heels, making sure that your feet are grounded evenly. So there's even distribution of weight for the feet. Standing really tall and aligned, mountain pose is a wonderful grounding pose. So really feel the energy of your feet pressing down into the surface beneath you. Shift your weight into your left foot. Bring your right foot either to your calf, so below your knee, or you can grab onto it and bring it to your inner thigh, above your knee for tree pose. Hands can be in prayer here. So just pressing your palms together, finding your eyes focused on one spot, and feeling very grateful and grounded in tree pose. Three more very deep breaths in and out through the nose. Again, feeling that very deep sense of inner peace, groundedness, and gratitude. One more deep breath in. And release that foot down. Let's take a sun breath. Inhale, reach out and up to the sky. A little bit of a back bend, so you're going to reach a little bit out and back behind you. And then mountain pose, hands down by your side. Feel good alignment from the crown of the head. The heart is open. The tailbone is reaching down towards the earth. Transition your weight to the opposite leg. Again, foot can either come to the calf or above the knee on the inner thigh. Hands can come back to prayer. Eyes focused on one spot really sends that message of peace and centering. Palms pressed together, heart lifts gently up to meet the hands. Softly focus your eyes. And if you lose your balance at any time, just take your time to get back into the pose, slowly, patiently. Take one more very deep breath in. And then go ahead and gently release that foot down, big toes together to touch. Sun breath again. Inhale, gather good positive energy, feeling grounded and grateful as you reach all the way out and up. And then exhale, take a dive out of it into a forward fold. Bend your knees a little bit again if the hamstrings are feeling tight. Halfway lift. Hands can slide to shins, belly in, shoulders back. Pause. Not in a hurry here. Exhale, come into a forward fold. Take a walk forward to plank pose right to the top of your push-up. And just check your alignment. Feel strong in the hands, really grounded through your hands, in and up through the belly. Feel a straight line of energy from the crown of the head out through the tailbone. Again, let's repeat that affirmation. May I feel and find inner strength to nurture my mind, body, and spirit, knowing that these are my most precious assets. May I feel grounded and grateful for the gifts of life, trusting my inner wisdom. Take one more breath here. You can bend your elbows and lower down. Opening up the heart, pull the shoulders down from the ears. Stay a little bit lower if your back's feeling sensitive. Otherwise, pressing through those palms. You can look over the right shoulder. Get a little twist of the spine. Feels so good. Look over the left shoulder. Rotating through the spine. Coming all the way back to center. Take an inhale. And then exhale. Release down onto your belly and press back to child's pose. Hips to heels. Forehead down. So now we're going to transition and do some heart chakra poses. So I want you to go ahead and come up to a kneeling position first, just for a cat and cow. So hands are right underneath your shoulders. You've got a straight line from the wrist to the elbow to the shoulder. And then knees are right underneath the hips for cat and cow. So just lifting the tailbone, opening up the heart center, which is again the home of love and compassion, knowing that we want to start with self-love first. Round your spine, tuck your tailbone, hollow your belly, really pressing through the hands. So you're really feeling rounded, feeling that stretch of the low back as you hollow the belly and stretch the spine up to the sky. Let's do that a few more times. So inhale to open. This is your breath in, opening the heart. Exhale, tucking the tailbone, rounding the spine, hollowing the belly and pressing through the hands. And one more time. Inhale, opening up, cow pose. Exhale, rounding the spine into cat. Perfect. And then go ahead and release to neutral. We're going to come up to a high kneeling position, so I'm going to just stay turned to the side here. Your knees are hip bone distance apart. Your hands can come to your sacrum or low back, and you're just going to press through your hands into your sacrum and lean back a little bit to open up the front line of the body. This is camel pose. So very gentle version here that we're going to do at first. So just lean back and gently open the whole front line of the body as you press your hands into the sacrum and feel the stretch through the chest and the shoulders and feel the heart opener. Take one more very deep breath in and then go ahead and release back down to your hands and knees. You can curl your toes under and make your way back into downward facing dog. Landing in downward dog, again, you know this pose is one of the most grounding, so just take an opportunity to feel grounded, safe, and stable.
You can walk your toes together to touch. Send your right leg straight up to the sky. Take an inhale as you reach through your right toes. And then send your right foot up and through your hands. Help it forward if it needs so that the right knee is right out over the right ankle. Pivot your left heel flat. Feel grounded through your feet. So feel the four corners of both feet pressing down into the earth. Inhale, rise up into a warrior one position. So very strong, stable pose. The right knee's bending, the fingertips are reaching. We're gonna take those elbows and pull them back and down. So you're feeling a heart opener as you draw the elbows back and lift and open your heart. So you're stable and strong through the lower body, very grounded, but open and compassionate with the upper body. Inhale, reach the hands back into the sky. We're gonna do humble warrior next, one of my favorites. Take the hands and put them right behind the tailbone, interlace the fingers. Open up the chest and the heart. Again, beautiful heart opener, but keep grounding through the low body. And then dropping the rib cage down on the inside of the right thigh. Let the weight of your head go and look back towards your left foot. Take a very deep breath in. A good mantra to repeat to yourself in this position. I give and receive love with gratitude and an open heart. Inhale, rise back up, warrior one, releasing the fingertips. Take a big breath in. And exhale, hands on either side of your right foot. The left heel will pivot up. You'll step to plank pose, so right into the top of a push-up. Again, check that the heart feels open, the thighs are squeezing, the belly's in and up. You have the option to do a vinyasa here if you like, so bend your elbows and lower down. Inhale into your back bend, cobra or upward facing dog, pause. And then use your core to lift your hips back up to the sky, downward facing dog. Deep breaths in and out through the nose, feeling grounded and grateful. Let's switch and get that on the other side. So left foot's gonna lift to the sky. You're gonna inhale, lift through the left toes. And then shifting your weight forward, stepping your left foot up and through your hands. Help it forward so that the left knee is right out over the left ankle. Pivot the right heel flat, so both feet are grounded down into the earth. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Strong, safe, grounded and stable. Inhale, exhale, pull your elbows back and down to your hips. Make sure that left knee is right out over the left ankle. Open up through the heart as you drag your elbows down to your hips. So you, again, feel grounded through the low body, but open and lifted through the upper body. Inhale, hands to the sky, coming into that humble warrior. Exhale, take your hands, put them behind your tailbone, interlace your fingers, open up the chest and the heart, squeeze the palms, get that great stretch to the chest, shoulders, and then drop the left side of your rib cage on the inside of your left thigh. Head drops down. You can look back towards your right foot. Let the weight of your head go. Squeeze your palms together, open up to the heart. Again, I give and receive love with gratitude and an open heart. Inhale, rise back up, warrior one. Strong and stable through the low body, uplifted through the upper body. Hands on either side of your left foot. Nice job, you guys. Stick with me. Right foot pivots up, step to plank. Pause at the top of your push-up. Again, feeling open through the heart, grounded through the hands, stable through the tailbone and heels. Bend your elbows lower down if you're doing a vinyasa. Inhale, cobra or upward facing. Big breath in, pause, open up the heart. Downward facing pushback. And breathe in and out through the nose, sending that message of calm and peace through the body, feeling grounded and grateful. Feel the energy of the hands and the heels. And then go ahead and release your knees down. And take a moment to rest back into child's pose, drawing the hands back by the feet, forehead drops to the mat. Just pausing your child's pose, releasing all tension from the neck and the shoulders, the jaw and the face. And just take a moment to center and contemplate gratitude. We're gonna come up and do a second camel pose. So go ahead and press to the knees, rise all the way up. This time's upward facing camel. So I want you to gather positive energy as you reach your hands all the way out and up to the sky. So you're reaching slightly up and back. And then again for the second one, you can have your hands to your sacrum, your low back. Press your hands into your sacrum, lean back, open up the whole front line of the body without forcing or pushing.
Now, if you do choose to go a little bit deeper, you can curl your toes under, lift your heels up, and see if your hands can find your heels. And if they can, without forcing or pushing, you can take this pose, or you can always just back out of it and stay here in this more modified position. Whatever feels better for you. Okay, go ahead and come up to your hands and knees, and then we're gonna loosen everything up with cat-cow. So hands are back underneath the shoulders, knees are under the hips. Inhale, drop the rib cage, open the collarbone and heart. Exhale, tuck the tailbone around the spine, hollow the belly, and stretch your low back, chin to chest. Inhale to open, lift the tailbone. Just move through that a few more times. Exhale, tuck and round. And one more time. Inhale to open. And exhale to tuck and round. Beautiful job. I want you to curl your toes, lift your hips up to the sky. One more time. Downward facing dog, pushing back. And pedal out right and left. Good. And then one more vinyasa if you like. You can just stay in downward dog if you prefer. Otherwise, shift forward, come to your hands. This time I want you to come all the way down into your stomach because we're going to do bow pose. So go ahead and lower all the way down onto your stomach. Your left forearm is going to be out in front of you. You're going to reach back and grab the top of your right foot with your right hand. Let your forehead rest down to your forearm and stretch out your right quad. So we're going to start with half bow first, and then we're going to do full bow as an option, which is basically very similar to bow camel pose that we did earlier, just a little bit of a different variation. Take one more very deep breath here. Feel the breath come into the belly and into the floor beneath you. And then go ahead and release that foot, reaching back, grabbing the top of your left foot with your left hand. Make sure your left knee is in line with your left hip, by the way. So in other words, I don't want to splay it out to the side like this. Straight line of energy from the hip bone to the kneecap to the heel. Forehead resting down, breath into the belly, feeling the breath come into the floor beneath you for one more breath. And then go ahead and release that. Hands under shoulders, push back to child's pose for a moment. Let that all sink in. And then one more heart opener pose. So shifting forward, you can come all the way down onto your belly. And if that half bow that we just did felt okay for you, I want you to reach back and grab the tops of both feet, one in each hand. Kick open so the toes are reaching towards the sky, the heart is opening, the knees are still in line with the hips, and you feel the whole front line of the body open. Wonderful heart opener. Again, I give and receive love with gratitude and an open heart. And releasing all the way back down. Hands press under the shoulders. Sit back to child's pose one more time. So hands can be back by the feet, forehead down to the mat. Relaxing into your child's pose, finding a sense of deep inner peace, feeling grounded, feeling peaceful, and of course, feeling that sense of deep gratitude. Maybe while you're here too, just send a message of gratitude for your physical body. I know a lot of you are runners, you're cyclists. Send gratitude to your legs for carrying you all those miles. Maybe feeling a sense of gratitude for your feet, for your hands, for your ability to breathe deeply, to feel, and to just feel grateful for what we already have. Take one more very deep breath in your child's pose. And then go ahead and sit up and come back to where we began in an easy seated pose. So for those of you who do yoga on a regular basis, and we finish up with shavasana, which is lying down on our back. Again, one of the most grounding poses there is. So if you have time and you can lie down on your back for a brief moment, go ahead and do that. You can follow my rescue dogs here. Bruno is demonstrating a beautiful shavasana right now. So just, you can't totally see him, but just lie on down, take it from your animals, stretch like your animals, find deep peace, and just listen to your body. So lie down on your back if you can, otherwise just sitting up tall. And again, resting your hands down onto your knees. Close your eyes. Bring your right hand to your heart center. Bring your left hand onto your belly. With your eyes softly closed, breathe in to your left hand, all the way up to your right hand. So send that deep breath from your belly all the way up to your heart. As you exhale, dropping tension, letting go of anxiety and fear and overwhelm. And do that 2 more times. So deep inhale, feeling a sense of deep inner peace, openness through the heart, compassion, love, and gratitude. And as you exhale, softening tension, feeling the release of worry, fear, and overwhelm. Let that all go with your exhale. And one more time, deep cleansing breath in from the belly. Fill your left hand up. Breathe all the way up to your collarbone, to your heart, to your right hand. Fill up with love, compassion, and gratitude. Exhale fear, anxiety, and overwhelm. And then from here, draw your hands together in prayer at your heart center space. Draw your forehead down to your fingertips, feeling a sense of gratitude for yourself for showing up and being here, right now. Taking a deep sun breath in, so gather good positive energy. Remember, I truly believe that we all are part of a positive ripple effect, and our positive energy is just as contagious as anything else. So gather that positive energy and exhale, draw it in and back to your heart center space. And I thank you so much for being here. If you can stay with me a minute or two longer, I'm going to have 1 or 2 more readings here as we finish up. So this one is on gratitude, and you'll hear me repeat this a lot because it is one of my favorites. Gratitude, what appears to be impossible, may be the wall you can only see from your present stance. Be willing to express gratitude for what you want before you see it. Believe, be consistent and constant to your goals. Be willing to walk through the fire for what you love and what you want. Show gratitude for what you already have, and you will not be disappointed. One day, very soon, you will see and you will look back and wonder why you ever doubted. That's a good one. That's a good one. So in other words, just be grateful for what we already have, believe, and keep taking those positive actions, because action, showing up right here and now, practicing your physical practice, opening your heart, feeling grounded through your lower body, and just taking those little steps every day. Routine is huge, right? Right now, a lot of people are missing their daily routines. You can create a new routine, right? You can show up with me every day, do some yoga, take a brisk walk with your dogs, or whatever it needs to be to send good positive messages in and out through the mind into the body. Okay, one last quote here, and I will send you on your merry way. All right, this one is from Eleanor Brown. I included this in my book. My book is Find Your Flexible Warrior, by the way. It is available on Amazon, or you can get it straight from my website, and then I'll sign it for you, mail it out. It comes with a free DVD that way. Okay, here is the quote. This is about heart chakra, okay? Rest and self-care are so important. When you take time to replenish your spirit, it allows you to serve others from the overflow. You cannot serve from an empty vessel. So many of you hear me talk about this over and over again. We have to fill our own cups first. If you don't and you deplete your cup, then you're trying to give from an empty cup, and that just doesn't work. So we want to instead try to fill our cup so full, like the quote says, fill your cup so full that you can give from the overflow. That's the idea. In an ideal world, right? But you do the best you can. The last thing I wanted to say, and I forgot to put these on at the very beginning as I started, is essential oils really, really help me take my practice to the next level. So adding essential oils is a wonderful thing. What I used today, before I had this actually in my diffuser here. So my combination that I used today was Balance Blend, and you can reach out to me. I'll put the notes in the comments to how to reach out and to order this stuff. But Balance Blend is such a wonderful, grounding, earthy blend. It smells to me like a forest. I love that blend, and it's called Balance Blend, but it's also very grounding. So in addition to that, especially during the holiday season, but typically I use frankincense, and this is a roller bottle. You can put it on the bottoms of your feet. I put it, a lot of you know I have Hashimoto's, thyroiditis, and autoimmune inflammatory disease. So I put a frankincense on my face. It's really good for skincare too. And I put it on my thyroid pretty much every day before I go to bed. Also very grounding, also very earthy. People have been using essential oils for literally thousands of years, right? So frankincense is another great one. So I wanted to just mention that. I forgot to mention at the very beginning. What I like to do is put a little essential oil on, breathe it in before I do my yoga, right? Then it just takes it all to the next level. So if you have any questions about that, feel free to reach out to me. It's Karen@flexiblewarrior.com. And you know I take requests too, so feel free to comment below. Let me know if you have a request for a future Thankful Thursday. And yeah, that's it for today. So thanks for being here. Remember to stay healthy, strong, positive, and flexible warriors. Namaste. Hopefully I'll see you next week.